What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Gorilla. And welcome everyone to WWE NXT Review, the show from April 10th, 2019. This was NXT after TakeOver New York. They're at the Barclays Center of Brooklyn, New York. Your commentators are Nigel McGuinness, Percy Watson, and Mamma Mia, Mauro Ranallo. So yeah, let's get to the show. The opening show, they first show highlights of NXT TakeOver New York, and I thought it was pretty good highlights there to open the show. And then we get to NXT with a new intro for the NXT brand with the NXT stars. I thought it was pretty cool the way it was done too. All the NXT off on the rosters, walking towards us, to the screen and everything, and then all of a sudden they start to say something. I don't remember what they said, but I thought it was pretty cool though. And then they go back, and then they go to see the highlights of NXT from the past. With these guys though. Not talking about old school NXT, but I'm talking about with them in there. With the matches that they have before they started they started doing this new video, and the theme song. I keep hearing saying something about I'm not your guy, something like that. I was something to the effect of that. But I'll get to more of that later. When we get to what was the official theme song of the song, and who sings it. I'll get to that later. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Something new and fresh here, unlike main roster WWE. So we get the opening match. Candice LeRae versus Aliyah being accompanied by Vanessa Bourne. Aliyah sucked. Candice LeRae wins. Moving on. We get to the NXT North American Championship highlights between the Velveteen Dream, who's the champion, versus Matt Riddle. And match itself, actually, I already did review that one for the Takeover one, but the highlights of it, I meant to say, was pretty good. Pretty good highlights. It was all right. The one thing I didn't like is that the Velveteen Dream had to win to end the undefeated streak of Matt Riddle. That's why I hated it. Then after that, we get Velveteen Dream during WrestleMania weekend, basically at WrestleMania, during the pre-show, by the way, where he's basically talking about his WrestleMania weekend and everything, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden Buddy Murphy walks by after having his match against Tony Nese, and then Velveteen Dream was talking trash about not winning his match and everything, and then Buddy Murphy took offense of that, goes up to him and all that, and then Velveteen Dream was making remarks about where's your belt and everything, and then basically it's going to lead to a match for the two for the next NXT show. And yeah, there you go. And it's great for the North American Championship title match too, by the way. Basically Velveteen Dream is going to defend his title against Buddy Murphy. I guess Buddy Murphy may have challenged him for the title. So yeah, we're going to see the return of Buddy Murphy on NXT. Now, is he there full time? I don't know yet, but wait and see. And that's nothing too. Buddy Murphy came from NXT, going to 205 Live, and then if he goes back to NXT, after being part of the sort of main roster of 205 Live, in a way, I'm glad. If he's going back to NXT, good. Keep him there. That way he won't get buried on the main roster. Where potentially going to either Raw or SmackDown. But we'll see. Then we get to the NXT Tag Team Championship highlights, where it pertains to the War Raiders defending the NXT Tag Team Championships against Ricochet and Aleister Black, which I thought that match was a pretty good opening match. When they and they did the highlights of this, pretty good highlights of it, and yeah, nothing to say about that too. Now there was no interview or anything where it pertains to the NXT Tag Team Champions, but I guess you didn't have time to do that. I guess I don't know, maybe. We get to see Kushida of his highlights of being at NXT TakeOver, with him in the crowd and everything, and then they show a segment where Triple H, William Regal, and Kushida get ready for this whole contract signing, against official for Kushida. So it did become official, and there you go. Other than that, Kushida is safe for now on NXT until he gets to the main roster. Basically, when he gets to the main roster, he's going to be part of the sort of main roster known as 205 Live. But other than that, Kushida, he's safe for now. I wish he would never went there. Look what happened to Shinsuke Nakamura. Look what happened with Asuka. And pretty soon, look what's going to happen to Kairi Sane. And then with Io Shirai, with Io Shirai, she's safe for now on NXT. But just wait till they go to the main roster as well. Dane Burch being accompanied by Orton Hawkins versus Jaxson Ryker. He's being accompanied by Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler of the Forgotten Sons. Match itself, it was Smash Mouth type of match between Dane Burch and Jaxson Ryker. At one point, the Forgotten Sons tried to get involved. Orton Hawkins got in there to fight them off, and they take them both out on the outside, which is pretty cool. And a nice dive onto them. And in the end, Jaxson Ryker gets the win over Dane Burch, which I'm assuming it was with the Widowmaker. I think that's what they call it. After the match, Jaxson Ryker tried to add insult to injuries to Dane Burch, but then Orton Hawkins gets in the ring to defend him off. And then Forgotten Sons get in there, and then Dane Burch is, not Dane Burch, Orton Hawkins is fighting back on the Forgotten Sons, but then from behind, Jaxson Ryker takes him out. And then the beatdown onto 1-2 by Forgotten Sons, and the Forgotten Sons stands tall. And by the way, let me get back to Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae won the match with the springboard moonsault. Now they have a name for that, but I forgot what it was. But that's how she won the match against Aaliyah. Just want to bring that up. So since I bring up how Jaxson Ryker won, I might as well bring that up with Candice LeRae. But yeah, there you go. Forgotten Sons standing tall, and pretty soon, they will no longer be forgotten. I don't know why I decided to put that in there, but anyways. NXT Women's Championship highlights were pertaining to the Fatal 4-Way match, where Shayna Baszler defending it against Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane. And the highlights of it was pretty good too, especially with some comedy on there with Bianca Belair blowing a kiss to Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane catches it and crushes it, throws it to Io Shirai. Oh, swings it and out of the park. That's how it was done, and I don't think I mentioned that when I did the review of it as well, but I'll mention it now. And by the way, don't the whole blown kiss thing. Just ignore that part. I'll just reacting of what happened between that. But anyways, that was part of the highlights though. But anyways, they did show some highlights of Shayna Baszler doing something in the match, but once you watch the full match of it, you see Shayna Baszler didn't really do much in the match, which it was a good reason why. But Shayna Baszler in the highlights she is going over anyways onto Bianca Belair. After the highlights, we see what happened after the match was over. Shayna Baszler being interviewed, and she's being accompanied by Jessica Menduke and Maria Shafir. Being interviewed by this girl Sarah, and I forgot how to say her last name, but whatever. Basically, what pertains to interviewing Shayna Baszler, define against the odds, and Shayna Baszler, she was proud of herself and everything in her interview, and said that no one can touch her, and basically saying no one can touch her. And there you go, that was it. We get to see the WWE United Kingdom Championship highlights of Pete Dunne and Walter. Now, with reference to this highlights, I feel like they've shown more highlights on here than they did on NXT UK, for their show. And good highlights from here too, by the way, folks. Same thing from the NXT UK. They show highlights from there. I thought the NXT from here, when they showed the highlights from here, was pretty good too. And obviously we're about to win the match though. Then we see Pete Dunne at the he's coming back. He's coming into the gorilla position, and he's being interviewed. And Pete Dunne responds by saying he wants a rematch. He basically said there will be a rematch. And I'm like, really? A rematch? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But we'll see what happens with that one though, because Jordan Devlin saying that there should be no rematch because Pete Dunne is a loser and blah blah blah. But Pete Dunne, based on from here, he wants a rematch against Walter for the to get back that United Kingdom Championship. So I guess that's why Pete Dunne hasn't not moved up to the main roster yet. Because I thought he was going to at least make his debut during the Raw at the Mania, or maybe the SmackDown at the Mania, but none of that yet. But maybe he will. When they do the Superstar Shakeup. But at the same time, do you really want him to move up to the Superstar Shakeup after watching this that he says he wants a rematch? I don't know. But we have to wait and see. what they do with that. And finally, the best highlights of the show for NXT for this show itself, and that was the NXT Championship highlights were obtained for the vacant. I should say that the vacant NXT Championship highlights between Adam Cole, baby, and Johnny Gargano, and this 2 out 3 falls. And the way they do this highlights too, first Johnny Gargano with his story, and then with Adam Cole with his story. I thought it was pretty cool highlights for that one. And then we get to the match itself. Pretty cool highlights from the first fall, and then from the second fall, and then to the third fall with the Undisputed Era getting involved. Pretty cool highlights of it, folks, and not just for the highlights from the match and everything, but the highlights of the fans' reactions and to Gargano's family's reaction and everything. Picture perfect highlights of it. Great highlights of this vacant NXT championship that WWE did for this show. I thought it was very well done, and obviously with Johnny Gargano defying against the odds against Undisputed Era and winning, and and it was a feel good moment. With Candice Ray coming out there, going to celebrate with his family, celebrating with the fans, and then with Tommaso Ciampa coming out there, to basically ending the highlights of this vacant NXT championship. With Ciampa rejoicing with Gargano and Candice Ray. Pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool way to end the highlights of it. So yeah, that was my best highlights of the show whatsoever on this for NXT. And then we cut away to what happened backstage with Undisputed Era. Adam Cole was like saying I had him and everything, and then he accuses Roger Strong, basically blaming Roger Strong for not doing a whole lot. And then Adam Cole realized it was a camera watching them, and he's like, "Hey, cut the camera off," and everything, right? And that was it. So I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know if they're gonna kick out Roger Strong, so that Roger Strong can stay on NXT, so that Undisputed Era can move up pretty soon to the main roster. I don't know if that's what they're going for. But we'll wait and see what they do with that. They basically we went to more development of that storyline, which with some type of descent of Undisputed Era that's gonna have Roger Strong be kicked out of it. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but again, we'll wait and see. All right, on Twitter, Triple H thanks Slipknot for All Out Life. All Out Life, I meant to say. Basically, the theme song for NXT for the new intro was All Out Life by Slipknot. So Triple H thanks them on Twitter for that. So yeah, there you go. That's what it was. Slipknot for the song All Out Life. And yeah, that's a pretty cool song by the way. And also kick-ass rock bands too, by the way. Or should I say metal bands, I meant to say. But yeah. So yeah, there you go. Next, we get to the final match, the main event. The Street Profits, which is Montel Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bardell in a tag team match, which I thought it was pretty decent. For a main event match, it could have been better, but it was still enjoyable for me to watch though. In the end, the Street Profits ends up winning the match against Aichner and Bardell. And there you go. Nothing else to say about that. And that was the show. Talking wrestling for WWE NXT. The show from April 10th, 2019 for this NXT for this NXT after TakeOver New York. We had 3 matches. And my highest and my overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go 6 out of 10. I've seen better shows than this, where it pertains to matches, but the highlights of it, basically it was just all about highlights and segments. But they also include matches too. But I wish the matches could have been way better. And that's if I had to say which match was better, was the best match on the card, it was Burch versus Jaxson Ryker. Next to it was Street Profits, and then finally Candice Ray defeating Aaliyah. So. And I also want to point out too, by the way, Aaliyah and Vesta Bourne, no reaction. What tells you right there? No one cares about these two. Not even NXT, not even at Full Sail, no one cares about these two unless they, NXT crowds want to act like they do care about them by by doing some chants anyways, just to be part of the show. But what pertains to outside of Full Sail, nobody cares about Aliyah and Vince Bourne. So there you go. There you go. That being said, thank you all for watching. This was your, again, WWE NXT review, what pertains to NXT after TakeOver New York from April 10th, 2019. It's Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets.